What do you reckon, Al?
Oh, it's a bit hairy with these covers up. But man, they started closing the bridge, or it looked like they were, and I've been panicking a little.
In this episode, we farewell Kel, and I pick up a great crew member, David. We backtrack between Nidri, Lefkada, Preveza and Vonista, exploring these great Ionian spots and trying to stay dry, before finally getting the new lithium batteries installed in preparation for our departure from Greece.
I'm off. I'm leaving the boat.
It's just going to be me and my crew member Dave for the next 3 weeks, or 3 to 4 weeks, while Kel is on a break in Vietnam and Australia.
It's almost like I'm having a holiday from our holiday. I'm very sad to leave the boat and I'll miss out on all the excitement of the next month, but I'm also very excited to get to Vietnam and see my mum and then head back to Australia and see my family and friends.
Luckily, I have picked up a crew member. His name's David. He's a lovely chap from Australia, very experienced yachtsman. Might hear a little bit more about that later. So he is going to make sure that the two of us stay safe as we explore the very last part of Greece. It's definitely starting to get cold. It is mid-November now. We're getting maybe 12 degrees overnight. Still incredibly hot sunny days. Solar's hanging in there. We'd love to get our new battery sorted. Bit more on that later as well. Where we are at the moment is we're just off Lefkada. The bridge, which you're going to see soon, opens every 2 hours. We're aiming for the midday opening. We don't want to get there too soon. Not a lot of room to wait around. Check it out, they take wintering pretty seriously here in Greece. So this is one of the Lefkada town pontoons. So it'll belong to like one of the charter companies, and they're towing it down the channel, heading off somewhere for it to be looked after, probably hauled out over winter. So instead of dropping Kel off at Lefkada, which we thought would be a bit of a pain in the bum, she caught a €2 bus from Nidri. The benefit of that is we've been able to get our speed times distance spot on for the bridge. Here she is sitting on the end of Lefkada Marina waiting for us to motor on past. I think they thought I was throwing kisses at them. I can see the floating bridge now. We don't want to be the first boat, looks like we're going to be, but we are a catamaran, so our manoeuvrability is a little bit higher than others. Not sure if any of these boats will be going through. We've got two behind us that look like they're doing the slow as you can race as well. Opens in 15 minutes. Couple of minutes early, looks like it. The bridge opens hopefully in 3 minutes. Just to idle, slowly approaching it. We've got a queue of boats. Couple of boats behind us and a bridge in front of us. I'm trapped. We're now sitting at idle just south of the bridge, waiting for it to open, watching all the cars fly in. Here's another one. Whoosh! There's our queue of 3 boats stern of us. Well, that was a bit different. We're at the head of the queue, of course, not where you want to be. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other boats went through at midday. Some of them are really racing. Check this shit out. How rude do you reckon that is? Honestly, unbelievable. You would not believe that it is mid-November. David and I are looking at Preveza, and it'll be fair to say we are stunned by the number of yachts in that marina. It looks enormous. Kel lived there for a couple of years in San Diego. Our first foray into Preveza. We are trying to find somewhere to leave the dinghy. It's a fantastic day though. Shame we had to motor all the way, but I feel like we're getting some things done and getting underway, which is really exciting. David and I have done a walk out to, I guess, the beach, the main point. Get a real sense for how Preveza's laid out. So quite an interesting channel to get in, and then past Cleopatra's Marina and this enormous hardstand all the way around the corner. We're anchored around the corner, but the Ionian Sea is a very, very large inland sea. Heads up that way. I'm not sure how much that we're going to see. That's largely down to the electricians. In the best traditions of Greek bureaucracy, the Port Authority is not easy to find, and all he just wanted to know where we've been, where we're going, and how many people. Done. Stamp, stamp, stamp. This is a rooftop bar overlooking both the Preveza Marina and also the anchorage that we're in this evening. We're pretty sure what we're looking at are huge wind turbine piles that have just been delivered by one of the merchant ships, and we saw another one in the anchorages for Preveza that had huge blades, big bulk carrier that had huge blades on the upper decks. Winter is coming. This is the first cloudy day I think we've experienced in months. David and I are taking the time to sort through our clears, winter clears, so putting them up, providing some shelter. The first 2 or 3 in, siliconing the zips. Probably have to clean certainly the front windscreen's a bit hard to see through. We've got some treatment for that. We have erected them all, figured out which ones are good and which ones possibly need a little bit of work. Maybe in Tunisia. I think that's the Saharan dust blowing in on poor old Dakini for 6 months. I've really struggled with the right thing to do. Got a message from the electrician saying I can probably do the batteries this week. I can't risk heading north and then having to turn around again, even though we'd like to see Corfu. So instead we're sailing into the big gulf east of Preveza, having a look at the massive fish farms. We're going to head into Vonista, which has a nice Venetian fort. Should be really nice anchoring in the prevailing conditions. What we're doing is setting ourselves up so that as soon as the electricians say come to Lefkada, we can boost it down there and start getting the work done. Uh-oh, I'm a bit concerned that David and I are going to be entering some sort of cold war of lunch preparation. This looks amazing. So it's an avocado and tuna cruscuts with some wasabi kewpie, yum, and then some tomatoes. Oh yeah, that's great. Thanks, David. Very, very shallow through the arch. Had to end up poling it using the oars. Didn't touch the bottom though. So my pilot suggests that this castle we're attempting to get to, it might not be open, is a Venetian castle built on the remnants of a Byzantine castle. Hopefully there's a bit more information inside.
That's a nice old building.
Yeah. We've just climbed to the top of the Venezia castle. Started in the 1100s as a Byzantine fort and then finished off by the Venetians in the 1600s and the Ottomans in the 1700s. Really the highlight is the view over Venezia town itself, really fertile lands, and then you can see out to the island, Kukanatsi Island, and we're anchored on the eastern side of that. Still trying to keep out the Ottoman hordes. Hello, yasses, yasses. Windy has winds forecast of about 10 gusting 17, but I'd say we're well into that 17 to 20 range at the moment. It's nice to have such an experienced sailor on board. Bit of teamwork today is going to be required. I think we're going to have a good time. Guys, a lazy dolphin sitting off the back of this workboat, obviously scooping a free feed. Shocking! It's all happening this morning, leaving Preveza. We've got a warship coming through the channel. It looks like a pilot boat's gone and visited the big Murchie behind it, so that might be coming in as well. Gonna do the right thing, bias ourselves right to the starboard side of the channel. We've got both the radios up. We're transmitting AIS. If anyone wants to talk to us, they can. They might be a bit worried because we've got our head sail up, so they might think that they have to give way, but it's probably pretty obvious we're motor sailing. Warship? Logistical warship. A469.
It's shutting. What do you reckon now?
Oh, it's a bit hairy with these covers up. Luckily, David, really good lookout. And but man, they started closing the bridge, or it looked like they were, and I'd be panicking a little bit going the other way. Another plan change. We're going to slowly motor into Nidri. Yes, we spent a lot of time there. Back to Lefkada tomorrow. Get alongside around 11 in the morning. Spend the day in Lefkada. Electricians come on board Friday morning. Finish the job. Done. Windscreen wipers. Raining good now. It's definitely a different Mediterranean. Our old friend Nidri. Honestly, we love this town. It's one of our favourites in Greece. They're probably considering renaming this the Dakini channel. We've been up and down it so many times in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Oh, it's been a trying few days. It's been so wet. David's been a real trooper. Oh, we'd love something to dry the boat out a little bit. Anyway, the priority today is to get alongside Lefkada, Tampia once again, get the batteries done tomorrow, and then we should have the freedom to sail wherever we like. Doesn't feel like the same day here in Lefkada. Just before we berthed, the sun started coming out. We went ashore to have a morale boosting hot meal and a real coffee, because it has been a pretty trying few days. Now I'm making the most of David's sailing expertise to have him go through some additions that we probably want to make for ocean crossings, or at least overnights. Boom preventer, something to help us spread the Genoa a bit wider. I need to prep for the electricians tomorrow, which means stripping the beds and installing the DC to DC chargers. So I don't have a crimping tool that does 16mm cable, so we got all the cables measured, cut by George in Nidri, crimped by George in Nidri, and he was not feeling well, so we really appreciate him getting stuck in and doing it all. That's it, portside done. David's been giving me a hand as a bit of a safety number while he's been doing his rope work. We're just watching some potential rain coming in. As usual, if I'm doing electrics, I completely trash the boat, but time is ticking because we've got no power or anything at the moment. Big job, all done, apart from the engine aspects of it, which I will tackle either shortly or tomorrow morning. So David and I really worked hard to set the lazy lines nice and tight before we came in here, and it's really interesting to look at now because the catamaran just came in and it got so close, to the extent that the captain of that catamaran told the captain of this catamaran to bias himself to the other side, because you can see the other side's lazy lines go down, whereas ours go really far out. So I suspect the mooring is biased to the other side there. Really good to know. He's much better at reversing his Bali than I was. I cheated and came to this one out here. No one can go on the end. Kel's much better at ship handling than I am. Well, this sums up our last few days. It is hosing down. The panels are getting their first ever hail test. I'm locking up the boat again. Just getting so wet. I hope this doesn't put the electricians off, because we need them round today. So we've put the dinghy on a big angle and opened the bung to let the water drain out because it fills up so quickly. Sorry I'm shouting, it's really loud. Our passerole didn't break, that's a good start. Jesus, it's trying to. That would be it's a one person at a time passerole. It's a grand unboxing going on here. These expert electricians are having fun ripping all the boxes open. I'm staying well out of the way. Okay, we've got our batteries plugged in. I've loaded them on the app. They're all at about 80 amps, which is interesting because they're 280 amp hour capacity, so they came at about 30%. I've got to check all the settings the guys put into the master shunt and the inverter. I've checked all the Victron controllers and chargers and they seem okay. So at this stage it looks like we are on the right track. We're just approaching, you don't know what it's called, you can't make a video about it. Starts with V.